Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial absolutely no one asked for, but I had this drawing here and figured I'd show you guys how I color with alcohol markers. So this is a drawing I did a little bit ago of my persona, Stardust. She's got a bit of different outfit on, but let's hop right in. I like to start with the skin first, and today I'm going to be using these Ohuhu Honolulu skin tone set of 6. So I'll just put that here. I made a little swatch card for it. And I'm gonna hop right into the skin with E020. And we're gonna start with the face. Now, I don't mind that my sketch is messy. I like to pull the color of the pencil that I used into the marker. Oh no. Might have a little disaster of my micron is bleeding. Which is strange because I made this sketch quite a while ago and I lined it a while ago, but I know that microns don't always work the best on top of pencil. But we're just gonna get a good base layer of this color. Now I'm going to use E470 and I'm going to add some blush to right under her eyes, on her nose, and I'm also going to use this for the lips, and I'm going to add this to where it needs to be shaded, which is under the hair, and that's about it for now. Maybe a little under the eyebrows. And then I'm going to blend that out again with the marker we used just before. This would be my base marker. And I like to work on it one section at a time so then I can get it all done. So I'm also going to be using my 2 sets of Ohuhu Honolulu 48 sets. I have 2 of them. One is more bold tones and one is more pastel tones. So from the pastel set, I'm going to get out V330 and I'm going to use that for the darker shading. Now I love the way the purple looks. I'm going to put that basically where I put the pink and some under the nose. And I'm going to grab the pink and then I'm going to blend that out with our pink tone. And then blend it all out with one more layer of our base tone. Have to be careful because so much of this micron is smudging. So make sure you let your micron dry, and I guess try not to use it over colored pencil. That's what I used here. Okay, now we are just going to repeat that same process for everywhere else that needs skin tone. So once you get into the neck, I like to shade under the chin and around any closing. And then we're just going to use the same tactics of blending, though my microns are bleeding so much. Now, for the hands, of course, we're gonna go in with our base layer. And then I will shade anywhere by clothing, by accessories. And then I'll add a little pink to the knuckles and to the tips of the finger, even if you can't see the full tip. This is just one way of shading and coloring. You guys don't have to follow this. You could have your completely own way of coloring, and that's amazing. Because as artists, we all kind of have our own thing. And you can definitely use the way I do it, but whatever way you do it is great too. So I haven't really posted in a while, and I haven't really filmed anything in a while. This is being filmed on the 30th of August. So I don't know when this is gonna go up, but I haven't posted in a while, and I apologize for that. I have been working on something really exciting that you'll see next time I do a digital art video. So stay tuned for that. I think it's gonna be great. So I'm gonna move on to doing the hair. I don't have like a very specific way I do the hair. It's more of I kinda wing it, willy-nilly. I don't know. I'm gonna take my lightest tone for the hair and add highlights at like the tips of the strands. So once I have the highlights down, I'm going to grab our base color, which, oh wait, I used the highlights of BR3. And I'm going to grab YR5 and use that as the base color for her hair. And I'm basically just going to fill in anywhere I didn't add highlights. Now I should be ready to go in with the shading, but I'm going to quickly color in the eyebrows. And I'm just using the base for those. So I'm going to grab my shading color, which will be, first we're going to go in with BR2 and add that everywhere that the light wouldn't reach, which I add near the face, around the face, anywhere where two like big strands of hair come together, and at the roots of the hair. and then a few strands of the darker here and there. And I'm going to add a few spots of that in the eyebrows just for a little more dimension. So this looks good, but I kind of wanted to try... No, I kind of want to try putting this in, but I think I changed my mind. And instead, I'm going to go in with P4 and lavender. Now, I really like adding purple to a lot of my shading. So we're going to go this only in the darkest areas and kind of add a few strands of it to soften out. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. I am loving this drawing so far. So I'm going to do the eyes next. Now I'm going to take a tone just lighter than our base skin tone, which I'm going to use E010. And I'm going to use that to shade the tops of the eye and the bottom of the eye white. Now the style I do eyes, there's not much eye white. That's alright. So now I'm going to do the irises. So I'm going to go in with, let's see if I can find it here, G410, and I'm going to use that as a base for her eyes. When I do the eyes, in most things, I start with the light and go darker. So I'm going to next use BB10, and I'm going to go at the top and around the sides. Now I'm going to go in with G5 and do that again, the same thing again, but just a little less so you can see the last color poking through. And now I'm going to grab this and I'm actually going to do the bottom and smooth out the top. Blend it out. And grab back our base color and blend it all out. Now I'm going to grab a white gel pen and add a few highlights in her eyes. And there we go. So now we are going to move on to the shirt. Now we're going to be using a lot of the same colors. Oh, whoops. I'm going to also grab PB2 and I'm going to use that at the very darkest points of her eye. There we go. So for the shirt, I'm going to grab back our PB10 and I'm going to use that as the base color. But then I'm going to grab back our G5. I'm going to shade anywhere with accessory. Going to shade the very top, but just a little. Going to shade this side where the arms are, and anywhere touching the clothing. And then I'm going to blend that back into our base color. Then I'm going to grab our PB2 and add that in the places of darkest shading. So I'm going to grab back our VR2 because we're going to move on to the jacket. And now this is the highlight, so I'm going to treat it as such and add it to the tips of things. And once I have all of the highlights in, I'm going to take our base color, which our base color is going to be, where is it? Yes, here we go, BR1. And I'm going to, just like the hair, fill in everywhere that I didn't put highlights. And just like before, grabbing back in our highlight color, we are going to blend that in to the base color. I like things soft, so that's why I'm doing so much blending, but you could always skip the extra blending. So I'm going to take E130 and use that in our darkest areas of shading. Alright, so now that we have our darkest color on, I am going to move on to our last thing. Oh wait, no, we have the jewelry, but I'm going to move on to the jeans. So I did actually forget a few things of skin here because I forgot the rips in the jeans. So I'm going to go with the same thing we did before for the skin. Since it's such a small area, it's mostly going to be shading and less of the base color. There. Now that we're done with that, I'm going to grab our colors for the jeans themselves, which I'm going to be using. Let's see, I had them here. BG3 for the lightest tone, which I like to put in the middle of the jeans as like a worn out kind of look. I don't know what is going on today with all this bleeding. Usually I'm not able to pull color from the other parts, so that was kind of weird. So now I'm going to grab BG9 and I'm going to go right around that color. but not to the border, to the end of the line art quite yet. And I am going to use that everywhere that needs the most shading and around the edges of the jeans. Looking at it now, I think I'm going to grab one darker tone just to shade a little more. And I think I will use EB9 for this one. I kind of wanted to bring a little more bright blue into the shorts and a little darker tone to shade with. Once I'm done blending, I'm going to grab Y3 and I'm just going to color in this little bit of jewelry she has on. Just straight with the marker. It's a little small. I don't think it needs any shading. And then it's done. So I hope you guys liked the video today and find some use in this tutorial if you're new to alcohol markers or you just don't know where to start. I'm gonna blend that out. That was a little sharp. But yeah. So that's all for the alcohol marker part, but I am going to personally go in and add a little white details. I'm going to brighten those ones that we had on the eyes. Now, you don't have to add white gel pen details. I just like it personally. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I can't wait to see you again in the next one. Bye!